Let's talk about a dream we all have. You finally make it. The side hustle takes off, the promotion lands, or that investment you've been holding for years finally hits the moon. Suddenly, your bank account has more commas than you ever thought possible. Your first instinct? You want to scream it from the rooftops. You want to tell your parents they can finally retire. You want to show that one person who doubted you that you actually did it. You want to celebrate.
But I'm telling you right now, don't. Just stop. Put the phone down, close the app.
Getting rich is the hardest thing most people will ever do. But staying rich and staying sane while you're at it, that's the real boss fight. And the biggest threat to your new wealth isn't the stock market, the IRS, or a bad economy. It's the people around you. It's the shift in the social gravity that happens the second people realize you have something they don't.
In this video, we're going deep into the psychological and social reality of wealth that nobody tells you about. We're going to talk about why silence is your greatest asset, why your family and friends might, unintentionally, become your biggest liability, and why the stealth wealth lifestyle is the only way to actually enjoy what you've built. This isn't about being greedy or being a hermit, it's about survival. First, we have to understand the lottery effect, even if you didn't win the lottery. When people perceive that you have arrived, their perception of you changes instantly. You are no longer John or Sarah, the person they've known for 10 years. You become a resource. It's a subtle shift at first. Maybe a friend mentions a business idea they've been sitting on. A relative mentions a medical bill they're struggling with. They aren't necessarily bad people. They're just human. But suddenly, your relationship is no longer based on mutual connection. It's based on a power imbalance. You are the haves, and they are the have-nots. The moment that dynamic enters the room, the friendship you once loved is dead. You just haven't buried it yet. Wealth is a private victory. If you make it public, it becomes public property. Let's talk about social taxes. When you get rich, and people know it, everything gets more expensive. Not because the price tags change, but because the expectations do. If you go out to dinner with friends and you're the rich one, there's that awkward silence when the bill comes. You feel the weight of their eyes. If you don't pay, you're the greedy rich person. If you do pay, you're the ATM. Either way, you lose. You've just paid a social tax for your success.
And it gets darker. Let's talk about resentment. This is the part that hurts to hear. Most people want you to do well, but they never want you to do better than them. Your success is a mirror. When you show up in a new car or talk about your 5-figure month, you aren't just showing your success, you are inadvertently showing them their own failure or lack of progress.
People who were your peers yesterday are now looking at you through a lens of envy. Envy is a quiet, poisonous emotion. It doesn't always look like anger. Sometimes it looks like joking comments about your luck. Sometimes it looks like subtle sabotage or distancing. By telling people you're rich, you are essentially painting a target on your back and inviting everyone you know to take a shot at it. Now let's look at the safety and security aspect. We live in a world where information is currency. If the wrong person knows you have a significant amount of liquid cash or assets, you've just increased your risk profile by 1,000%. I'm not just talking about being robbed, though that's a real factor depending on where you live. I'm talking about lawsuits. In the US, deep pocket litigation is a real thing. If you get into a minor fender bender and the other person knows you're loaded, that $500 scratch suddenly becomes a $50,000 whiplash lawsuit. Lawyers love targets with deep pockets. If you look like a regular person, drive a regular car, and live in a regular neighborhood, you aren't a target. You're just another guy on the road. Silence is your best insurance policy. So, how do you handle it? How do you live a rich life without the rich headache? You adopt the Stealth Wealth Code. Stealth wealth isn't about being cheap. It's about being discreet. It means you buy the high-quality clothes, but they don't have giant logos on them. You drive a car that is safe and comfortable, but it doesn't scream, "I have $200K in the bank." You live in a nice house, but maybe not in the gated community that screams Target. The goal is to have a rich life, but a middle-class appearance. Why? Because it allows you to move through the world undetected. It allows you to keep your old friends. It allows you to know that when someone says they love you or enjoy your company, they mean you, not your brokerage account. There's a specific psychological freedom in being secretly wealthy. You can walk into a store and buy whatever you want, but you don't feel the need to prove it to the clerk. You have FU money, but you don't have to say FU to anyone because you're at peace. The need to show off is usually a sign of insecurity. The truly wealthy, the ones who stay wealthy, usually look like the guy next door. They wear the same Costco jeans, but they own the building you work in. I want to talk to the new money crowd specifically for a minute. If you grew up without money, the urge to show it off is almost physical. It's a defense mechanism. You want to prove you aren't that poor kid anymore. I get it. I've felt it. But that proof is a trap. The moment you use your money to buy status, you've handed your power over to the people you're trying to impress. You are literally spending your freedom to buy the temporary, fickle respect of people who don't actually care about you. If you want to help people, and you should, do it quietly. Be the anonymous donor. If you want to help your family, do it through trusts or indirect support that doesn't create a beggar and king relationship. The best way to help someone isn't to give them a pile of cash, it's to provide an opportunity or a safety net they don't even know you're holding. Think about it like this. Your wealth is like a fire. Kept in the fireplace, it keeps you and your family warm. It's beautiful. But if you start throwing that fire around the room to show people how bright it is, you're going to burn the whole house down. Keeping your mouth shut gives you the power of the pivot. If you want to change careers, start a new business, or just disappear for 6 months to travel, you can do it without 100 people asking for a loan or judging your excessive spending. You keep your options open. As you move up the financial ladder, your circle should actually get smaller, not bigger. You need to find financial peers, people who are at your level or higher. Not so you can brag, but so you can talk openly without the weight of envy. You need a space where you can talk about taxes, investments, and estate planning without feeling like a jerk. But for the rest of the world, you're just doing okay. You're getting by. You're doing some consulting work.
I remember a story about a guy who won a massive settlement. He was a blue-collar worker. Within a week of the news hitting the local paper, people he hadn't spoken to in 20 years were in his driveway. His cousin needed a new roof. His old buddy needed a startup investment for a car wash. He ended up moving 3 states away and changing his name just to get his life back. Don't let that be you.
Wealth is a tool for freedom, but public wealth is a cage. So here's the rule of thumb. If your bank account grows by 10x, your lifestyle should grow by maybe 2x, and your public image shouldn't grow at all. Keep the difference. That difference is your freedom gap. The bigger that gap, the more unkillable your financial life becomes. When you get that big check or that big win, take a moment. Breathe. Feel the win. But before you post that picture or call that friend who loves to gossip, ask yourself, am I buying status or am I buying a headache? Stay quiet. Stay humble. Stay wealthy. The best kind of rich is the kind where you can sit in a coffee shop, look at your net worth on your phone, smile to yourself, and then walk out the door as just another face in the crowd. No targets, no taxes, no envy. Just you and your freedom. If you've experienced this, if you've seen how money changes the people around you, I want to hear about it in the comments. We need to normalize the quiet wealth movement. Let's talk about the reality, not the Instagram version. Thanks for watching. Keep building in silence. I'll see you in the next one.